Well, after a failed camping trip to Esperence, a few of the boys decided to get back out there on the weekend we were still supposed to be away for a quick one-night trip to Moore River. While we head down, let's introduce the convoy, starting with Phil in his Toyota FJ Cruiser. Currently sitting on 35s with 2-inch lift, it is being wheeled by one of the most hardcore four-wheel drivers I've ever met. Next up, we have Nick in his 105 series Land Cruiser, also sitting on 35s on 2-inch lift. Then we have Evan in his TB48 Miss Patrol, sitting on 33s with a massive 4 inches of lift. He takes clearance to a new height, being the tallest rig in the convoy. Then a familiar rig, with Ben wheeling the Workute Hilux, the only manual diesel in this trip, while also sitting on 31-inch tyres, but with the recently installed front auto locker, I'm sure he'll be putting it to the test. Finally, we have my own Toyota FJ Cruiser, sitting on 2-inch lift and 33s, while also sporting that factory rear locker and A-track system to help me get over those tougher obstacles. It's not long before we attempt our first obstacle of the day, a steep and soft sandhill.
There we go. We let off. Whoa. Yeah.
A bit of rev limit there.
Well, it's clear those petrol autos love the sand, but the manual diesel just isn't in its element here. It's not long after we move over this hill that we run into a problem. Phil's FJ has slipped off the main line and is a little too close to that steeper bank. After some strategic max track placements and a bit of a shove, the FJ is out of trouble, but the rest of the convoy is taking no risk with this section. Having moved further down the beach, we arrived to the exit track we were looking for, which just happened to be an even steeper sandhill.
Moving.
Is it moving? I think it's pulling heaven.
It is. Oh. tracks. Yes, the max tracks. Yes, yes.
Well, the Lux has thrown everything on this hill, but that's as far as it's getting without a little helping tug from the TB.
That's very nice down there.
Having finished our beach run, we have now made our way into Moore River, with a bit of time to kill before setting up camp. Phil has been leading the convoy up front, but has come across a section that was a bit deeper than expected. Luckily, Ben was quickly ready to set up the winch, and with Evan running it out, we soon had him pulled out.
Go.
Literally closed it, didn't I? He said that every time. It was a soft one. Wait, what? Did he get water in?
Yeah. So.
He did. Did you get any water? I like to do shit again. I thought I did the right thing, just going.
Yeah. Almost. Didn't you?
Also went underneath the crust of the river.
Yeah.
Well, it's not long after this recovery that we find a nice little challenge to properly test the rigs.
It's actually really hard. I've got him in now.
Not everyone can be as good as a patrol. What do you have to say, Evan?
I just said, you know, not everyone can have a patrol. What pressures have you got, Ken?
Yeah, he does.
Well, Phil's not one to back down from a challenge, and is keen to prove the FJ's capability.
Oh! That was, to be fair, that was so dumb. He's driven it though. He's driven it. He could have done a CV.
He was not.
That was fucking good.
After seeing this, Evan decided to have one more crack, but the patrol just wasn't having it.
About to slide.
Following a long day of wheeling, we settled down for the day at a nice campsite right on the river.
I'll take it.
With the new day, the convoy turned their eye back to this obstacle from the evening before, with Ben deciding he would show us all how it's done. Well, after the convoy saw this, we wasted no time in tackling it ourselves.
There we go.
Ben then decided he would one-up us again by taking the Hardline straight through the ruts. You can really see just how much this autolocker has improved the Lux's capability. And with a helping bounce from Evan, Ben's driven the line.
What's that? That looks like a piece of something. Something came off.
Unfortunately, my FJ just wasn't having this Hardline, and my fear of breaking something overcame my desire to drive it. Luckily, Phil was ready to make sure at least one of the FJs would drive this line.
Nah, you're just on your
Having conquered the obstacle, we moved down towards the river exit, but couldn't pass up one more swim on a hot 30-degree day. Right at the exit, we found one more smaller obstacle to do before we aired up and made our way